Here's my reaction to this, man. It's just real quick. I'm gonna get in and I'm gonna get out. And again, I thank you so much for your time, guys. A lot of in our discussions with my internal family and external family, the one thing we agreed upon, no matter if you were liberal, conservative, or down the middle, or whatever leaning, but all of us concluded that when it comes to Black history, the lion's share of the discussion, right, guys, hinges just on the negative part of Black history, the slavery part of our Black history. And we should discuss that. Great. But the discussion normally stops there. We all agreed to this. And then we all uniformly said, why don't we talk about the Black excellence? We talk about when we were not allowed into hotels. We built our own hotels with our own money. Why don't we talk about the successful marriages back in when racism was enshrined into law? Why don't we talk about the 5,000 schools that were built for slaves to learn how to read? Why don't we talk about how the schools that were underfunded, using borrowed books or used books, overcrowded with Black kids, uh, uh, had a 3-year learning deficiency right there. In 10 years between 2000, I'm sorry, 1930, 1940, it went from, it's a 10 to 20 years, one or two. It went from 3 years to 6 months. And they were underfunded. Just seeing the excellence and execution. And I said, there's another thing, guys. Aunt Maya Christine, she used to work for the Bear's Bread Company. Everybody most likely, depending on what area of the country you were in, there was a company called Mrs. Baird's Bread. Well, my aunt actually worked for that company. And I was invited to be the MC last summer to her retirement. They wanted to throw another party for her retirement. Well, she had already retired, but they wanted to throw another party for her. The Bear's Bread Company. Um, and I walked in, and you saw whites and blacks. I got to meet the founders' children, which was great, and just to sit back and get wisdom from them, and to hear the Baird family saying, "Hey, when we was founded our company, we didn't know what HR was, we didn't know what payroll was, we didn't know how to fix these problems." And they would say, if it wasn't for our workers who partnered with us, we wouldn't have figured this out. And they would trip me out is they'll say one of the guys that actually ran the HR, my aunt Christine actually really ran the HR because he didn't know how to do it. But she did. And at the exact same time, every single worker went home every night with bread and a pie for their families. And I just say, wow, and how they just enjoyed working with one another. And I'm like, and I'm seeing this, and I'm saying, whoa. And then and they're saying, why didn't America look like this? And I just said, whoa. There was no discussion of the negativity. It was all of, hey, when we were faced with a problem, hey, we kind of moved, man, and we had to come up with a solution because if we didn't, the business wouldn't have worked. And there was joy in solving problems, joy in going to work, joy in going back home to a wife and the kids. So much joy. And I'm like, this is crazy. I'm actually going to interview one of the Bears' children on the Countable podcast interview series. And she's going to tell you the stories, just phenomenal stories of Black excellence. I mean, excellence, guys. That's the one thing I could say about us as a people is, man, we know how to make sense out of chaos once we put our minds to it. We know how to do it. I've met so many brothers and sisters that are entrepreneurs, that are social entrepreneurs. I'll give a couple guys. My man Brian Adamson, my dude out of Michigan, young brother, A mighty man of God, love his wife, wonderful father, man, real estate mogul like your partner. Came from nothing to something. You know what I'm saying? Didn't focus on any negativity. He understood it, but he counter moved to where now he's a multi-millionaire in real estate, right? I got another guy. I got another guy, Principal Ra. That's another guy who's an entrepreneur in the teacher space. My man saw a problem in the inner cities, brother, in California. I believe he's in Compton, I believe LA, and founded his own school, own high school, man, sending people to college, man, and to see what he's been able to do. Partner with the LA Clippers, partner with Dame Dash, just to counter move when faced with opposition, no matter what color brings it, the counter move and the creativity. I gotta preach on that. AKA Smiles. She's another young lady. Saw an issue as a teacher when it came to finding her school. I believe she's in the Maryland area, man. Went out, she's the queen of getting grants. The queen. If you want a grant, you need to reach out to AKA Smile. She gets you a grant. Got all the grants, man. I was blessed to be on the call for her when it came to the city, and they gave her what she needed for her school, and she killing the game. Young sister in the teacher game. There's countless stories after stories after stories when you focus not on the negativity, but also on the excellence and execution of Black folks counter moving when faced with opposition and building empires. What's good, y'all? The Bugs here. Most individuals that I talk to today, they're really concerned about the economy, specifically the volatility of it. Number one, they're really concerned about inflation. Now, the area of their concerns really centers around the variable of inflation. Inflation right now is really outpacing people's wages, number one. And number two, it's beginning to affect their 401k and IRAs because their retirement accounts are connected or intertwined with the stock market. Over the years, I've been fairly successful in real estate investing. Currently, I own about $35 million worth of real estate under management. And also my partner and I have been able to build our private equity and venture capital firm to about $1.2 billion worth of assets under management. Now, this success has taken place in up or down economies. Now, whenever there's volatility in the market, opportunities begin to show up. There are 3 investment strategies that, if implemented the correct way, any investor can go from 0 to 6 figures in the next 6 to 12 months. Click on the link below or swipe up and let's talk through these strategies. That's what I'm talking about as a people, guys. So yeah, we could talk about slavery and that's cool and that's wonderful and let's get it. But let's also talk about the excellence in execution when it comes to us as a people, guys. If we could transform our mentalities, guys, and begin to think and say, you know what? I see a problem. Let me come up with a solution. You can't be stopped. That's the one thing about it. We can make sense out of chaos. Because why? We've been in it. We've been in it. That's how I could be a chameleon out of the boardroom and be at the same table as Jerry Jones and them people that you see on TV negotiating deals, not only in the US, but internationally. Yeah, I did it. I'm doing it now. Why? Because I have a counter move, guys. That's what it is. But it's just, man, there's so many. Earn your leisure. That's a podcast, man. These cats killing it, man. Come on, man. There's so many examples out there. My man Deontay, he's one of the most wisest wealth managers that I ever seen break down retirements and life insurance. My man Nick, if you heard that man's story, my God, the stats should say shouldn't be where he is right now. Young brother, married, beautiful wife, 2 kids, successful businessman, and getting it, man. Hey, there's so many type of examples. If we just stop looking into the past, guys, at the negative and begin to think forward thinking. There's so many examples, guys, man. It is something, as the Bible says, as a man thinketh really in his mind, so is he. So if your mind is only on the negative, don't be surprised if you're always complaining. Because that's where your mind rests at. It's what it rests at, guys. There's so many different examples. So many different. My man Shivy, out of ATL, he's in it with Principal Rob. Hey, he get in on the educational tip. There's so many examples, y'all. Man, let's stop complaining, man. All right, complaining. We can complain, but once we get finished venting, let's begin to execute, guys. Plan. Execute, guys. So, man, what's the kind of move? I'm sorry, guys. I was on my soapbox. My bad, y'all. My fault. My bad. But it is what it is. It had to be said, man. What's the kind of move? I always say, peep it, sweep it, and then keep it. I always say, guys, examine your current situation. That's the people size. Are you forward thinking or does your thoughts reside in the past? Your answer is going to tell me how your mind works. Are you forward thinking or does your thoughts reside in the past? All right. Now, on the sweeper side, right? What has this approach, whether you're a forward thinker or someone that rests in the past, what has that yielded you? Are you in the place where you are that you want to be? Are you in that place? If the answer is no, it's time to change how you're thinking, right? It's real simple. All right. Is it working for you? And then, guys, keep it. Start thinking generationally. All right. Yeah. Your solution should not end with you. They should live beyond you. If your solution begins and ends with you, you've missed it. You've missed it. But if your solution begins with you and lives beyond you, oh man, that's a world-changing thought process. It is, guys. It really, really, really is, man. So it's just, man, this video here, it really kind of galvanized me. This discussion, it was so healthy between Patrick and Bob Woodson, and to be able to see how whether they were liberals or conservatives, no matter what aisle you were on, I asked this one question, guys. I ended with this. I said, "Mother, my mom she's a super liberal. She's voted Democrat, and I've asked conservatives on the other side. I said, guys, what is important to you as a person?" Uniformly, we all said low taxes, low regulation, high paying jobs, and for people to stay out my business. That's it. That's it. We all said the same thing. And I just said, you know what? If no matter if it's a politician or a businessman, no matter if it's from municipal, county, state, or federal, if the policies do not push forward that agenda, do not give them your vote or your money. It's real simple. It's simple because those ideas, although it begins with you, they can live beyond you. And we all shook hands, said we agree. And these were liberals and conservatives who were solution oriented. Wow, man. This video blessed me, guys. I hope it blessed you, man. I wanted to kind of go in, guys. Give me your thoughts, guys. What do you think? Give me your thoughts, man. In the comments, let me know what's going down. If you could, guys, share, like this, subscribe to the channel, man. Man, I had fun with this video, guys. Long live the